way, shape, and form, every way you chop it up here, but we don't play matches on paper. We play them on the pitch. It's time for SSG to show us what they've got. Can the momentum of coming off of that win over OG carry them through, folks? It's G2 versus SpaceStation for the North American Championship.
SpaceStation get to their first grand final this season, and of course, they have to go through G2 to win it all. While Gen G held them in quarterfinals for a while, James, they finally broken through, and they look like quite the threat.
Darby, I don't know if you can tell, but you're muted in the Discord, so
No!
Can't do you right now, but hey, there you go. Okay, good.
Everyone else heard me, though.
I'm sure the intro was epic, and I'm ready to get started on this one.
Well, James, luckily for you, I didn't say anything you needed to hear. Atomic gonna move that ball downfield to start, and I mean, we just got done casting his absolutely world-class performance against Cloud9. Looked like Cloud9 were gonna win that series, but Atomic came alive and really made mincemeat of Cloud9. Beast Mode and Atomic trying to move down.
Okay, I wouldn't say that made mincemeat of Cloud9.
Now, this is going to be an interesting matchup.
And just make it, I would more say they look like a chew toy.
SpaceStation and OG. And G2, they struggled with the defensive nature of Cloud9, but will we see
A well-used
SpaceStation give
dog
them
chew
more
toy.
opportunities?
Especially with the way Hawkser looks. He's back into that form that we saw him at in Dusseldorf. Ooh, that got them to a top 4 finish. Then G2 might be in some trouble here. And LJ has been a monster all weekend. Chicago lobbing this one up, but only can play the 50. LJ instead tries to drive himself
There's a bump
into beast
attempt too. And you saw Atomic, if he actually landed that bump, that might have just bounced in. But it was also interesting that on that last play, Beast Mode didn't even go up for the challenge. So already we're seeing G2 try to mix things up.
LJ hoping for a boost spawn. He doesn't get it.
Shot incoming.
Daniel take the shot, and Daniel made it easy on the save. He didn't have a lot of boost. LJ didn't. Chicago finds his way back to Hawkser. While they are getting back to each other, James actually keeping control of this ball is proving difficult. G2 keep bearing down.
LJ, the nice 50. Hawkser will have speed and beats Beast Mode to that ball. Daniel trying to wrap it around.
Oh, that pass. Oh, that could have been deadly.
But a nice defensive effort from G2 will put him now on the counterattack. Hawkser back past mid, but Daniel there to shut it down.
It was a good idea from Hawkser to try to catch it. He didn't have a lot of boost in it.
Oh, that boom.
Skipping a little far off his nose. Still, G2 rotation has broken down.
Hello.
Sitting in the box.
And you wonder what happened here on the rotation out. Atomic, he's chasing up. Daniel, I mean, where was G2, Derby?
I don't know what G2 were doing on that play, James. I don't think anybody
They disappeared.
was
They left the field.
at Chicago, or trusting that Chicago would put it on the backside of the rotation. But when Chicago went up for it, you saw it. I mean, the decision was easy about where to put that ball.
Hot start here for
Yes,
SpaceStation.
unfortunately, we lost.
In that Cloud9 series, we saw some vulnerability from G2. Now we see a response. The shot going far post, but again, SpaceStation getting there just in time. Atomic can't get the double off the corner. The demo from Beast Mode is resulting in some pressure here from G2. Daniel, he missed!
He rushed it!
Thought he had the doomsday dish.
I thought he did too, but he rushed the field. He got a false, and yeah, the ball skipped a little bit, but he must have thought someone was on him to feel like he had to flip about a half second early. Now he's got.
Oh, that's a great save from LJ.
Right there with no boost, flying in.
That was such a good save.
Hold the line.
Wow.
Holy crap.
It really felt like SpaceStation was going to give one up there. Daniel
Oh
doing
my
so much
god.
right now. Another
Okay.
rebound opportunity. Daniel will score.
Gonna save that one didn't go in.
Bit chaotic, Jorby.
About to start to wonder
Plenty
how
of
much
offense for him.
SpaceStation take, but
3v1.
G2
Just
the gauge wide open, and man, after the first play
Poor LJ.
for Daniel, he got aggressive. He kept cutting, going for the bump and then take the ball. Another demo, and like you said, LJ getting picked on.
I mean, LJ did so well to dodge the first air dribble bump attempt, but Beast Mode landed the second one. I think if game one is any indication as to how this rest of the series will go, it's going to be a hard-fought series.
Whew. What a ripper. That's a huge touch.
Oh, Daniel.
Identifies second man coming to challenge quickly, but he's off ball. He hits as hard as possible, and he beats Atomic by a hair. And Daniel's got no boost to do anything about it. Such a massive touch from Hoxer.
Daniel's left wondering what
Oh
kind
boy.
of post bounce this is going to be.
I'm surprised I didn't react a little bit more because that was.
In a split second, that is the
I mean, it probably would have been followed up anyway because there was someone coming, but
sometimes you have to rely purely on
yeah, I don't know. I don't think the own goal there was the smartest play by Daniel.
Where the defense was, he didn't want to get bumped. It's partly why he waited to let Daniel carry that out. You did have an attacker from G2 sitting downfield bumping LJ off the ball, but he managed business in the midfield. SpaceStation holding on to that lead. Hoxer, a hopeful position as third man, gets deleted for it. Now Chicago and LJ need to buy it.
Oh, what a pop.
Right over G2.
Another close call. Great pressure from SpaceStation. Now Daniel bumped off the ball, but a bump response from Beast Mode. Atomic opts to go for the corner, trusting Beast Mode will win it over. Now Atomic dropped down to Daniel. That shot broken up by Hoxer.
Trying their best to bump Daniel off his path. They do get the ball. LJ, it's too much to stretch. They double commit. LJ or Chicago didn't think
That would have
LJ
been
had
crazy.
the stretch for it. LJ gets back to his touch. G2 get control. Beast Mode leaves it and caught by Chicago, but it's loose. And LJ clears it out. You see G2, James, again. Everyone moving forward. Very hopeful position. Aggressive spot. G2 love playing that way. They've already conceded a goal and almost gave up another that way, though.
Oh boy. Okay.
It was something Cloud9 was doing really effectively, was winning those 50s, forcing G2 to reset.
SpaceStation keep this up. This could be a pretty decent series. Oh, I said season.
Trying to figure out what's going on.
There might be a chance for them. But I ain't gonna say much else than that because the last time I said something like that, Cloud9 lost. So, yeah.
A little bit because they're seeing the same struggles that we saw in the Cloud9 series. It took an immaculate effort from Atomic to bring them back in, but SpaceStation, they're looking so good as a team, getting those stops and keeping G2 down for the moment.
LJ looking.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Get the win on the kickoff, and Daniel gets
Ugh.
the first goal.
And G2 has been doing
Ugh.
this all the time. They have that cheating player go right.
What is that read from Daniel? What the hell was that?
Something to Alaska. They even scored on it yesterday. They have really dialed in their kickoffs.
There's a slight risk that comes with that. You know, watch other teams do the same type of kickoff and watch the ball skip right over their second man's head. G2 today and yesterday, every time they've gone to it, they do seem to win every one of those kickoffs.
Well, there's a demo and an open net.
Got him.
Daniel getting his hands dirty, Jorby.
Absolutely. And he's not afraid to do it. He's doing it all last game as well, trying to bump SpaceStation off their route. You can understand why. I mean, SpaceStation were playing real tight to G2 the whole time, also playing for the bumps and demos. Hoxer, they do the cheat up this time, except it doesn't really pop into a solid spot for SpaceStation.
Hoxer has possession with boost, though. It's away from him a little bit. Went for a flip reset pass, and now Chicago will have some time. Has some support from Hoxer, the only one with boost, but Daniel's going to get some space in the air. Up off the ceiling into a flip reset. Daniel denied by LJ. LJ has been making huge stops.
Well, sparks fly whenever Daniel's in the air on the ball. You got to be multiple layers of the SpaceStation line. Looking for a way out, forcing SpaceStation to come and meet them in the center. Hoxer uses the boost, and G2 still get the clear. Chicago waiting for a better opportunity, and he's happy that his teammates are there to cover. Hoxer, Popper, Chicago is in the area. Daniel right on top of the challenge. G2 not letting them breathe.
Atomic too heavy of a first touch. Gives up the ball. Hawks are going to try to slow this down. Beast Mode is there, and Atomic grab that corner right away from LJ. LJ now on 0. Chicago hoping to get some breathing room, but it's stopped by Daniel at the midfield, who sets it up for Beast Mode. Beast Mode, easy shot, but more boost. Wasted out of SpaceStation. A double tap up the ceiling will get this ball over to Atomic, who went for a pinch off the wall. Was heading towards net, but wasn't on target.
Beast Mode on the first follow-up. He just let it fly, and on the second follow-up, there ain't nobody to defend him.
I
3
mean,
goals for G2, fully in control.
And Hoxer,
what else am I meant to say? It's not looking good.
LJ was zooming in and was in a good position to clear that ball up the sideline. And Hoxer just having a breakdown in communication, and that will cost his team a goal.
Beast Mode on the first possession, he took the pass from his teammate, right down top of the box. There were 2 space station defenders in there. He ended up rolling, trying to control LJ.
Oh.
Control.
Okay, that was a great flick.
And steals this one away from Atomic.
Atomic would have wanted to do more there. Beast Mode has 0 boost. And
That was
immediately
great.
Tries to close the gap, but that is a hopeless situation. Good composure from LJ to catch that ball as well, recognizing Atomic wasn't getting that double. So Space Station, even though they've had a really tough start this game, they're back into it.
Space Station get a chance to look at this. Hoxer didn't have any boost, and corner wasn't spawning. Prioritized the ball. Chicago gets another 50. Space Station slowly move their way forward. Chicago got the catch midair. Atomic bumped off the ball. Hoxer late. That's okay. LJ's there.
There is.
Plays the
That was
50 against Daniel.
that was close. I almost
Atomic
overcommitted.
missed it again. Fake. LJ, no. Daniel was still coming back. He'll take it away.
This is so dangerous. Beast Mode was like, oh, I think I want to go to the go to that ball and clear it. But then when he saw the player coming in, stayed back in the fake, left G2 very vulnerable. But it looks like they've gotten some breathing room now. Now a shot opportunity. Atomic puts it on the backboard. Beast Mode's up.
Oh, what a save.
Denied.
That shot has to be better.
Oh, Space Station doesn't have much boost. They're down by 2 goals. They have plenty of time to score, but
that's after you had expended everybody. You forced a double commit out.
Maybe not.
Atomic's in a one-on-one. Right
Yeah.
in front. Atomic got the goal, and G2 trying to put game 2 away.
yikes. Okay.
Let's see, Hoxer had 1, 2 small pads. He was focusing too much on getting that boost and
Big yikes.
wasn't able to get up and pre-jump or shut down any kind of angle. And when you're in that situation, sometimes you at least want to pre-jump a little bit, enough to where you'll block a low shot, but can also cover a little bit more of that high angle. I think Hoxer just saw the writing on the wall.
It's a huge 50. Chicago catches the ball in stride. LJ needs some time. Chicago and Hoxer are going to buy him some. Space Station emptying the boost canisters. LJ, he prioritized the midfield boost, but he wasn't watching the play.
Oh.
G2 almost punish him for it. Daniel, the touch, gets back to himself with Chicago. And Space Station, even when it looked like they were about to take control, they're just getting stuffed here on the orange half, and time certainly not on their side, down 3.
Challenge from Daniel. Atomic will turn on this as well. Beast Mode trying to play it slow. Chicago maybe trying to pick a corner, and this is a nice tap up. Beast Mode also trying to set up for a shot. Double commit forced out of Space Station. Atomic up for Daniel. Daniel going for the net. That's denied. But it's making things awkward for Space Station. Again, Daniel ready for a pass. Receives it. Goes up high off the arc and down. Pinches it. Looking for Atomic, but couldn't find it. Beast Mode racing back with no boost. Finally picks up the corner. 1v1.
Jesus. Bro, LJ is just ridiculous, man.
Plays has been incredible.
As Chicago and Hoxer working together. Chicago, the initial touch on the back line to pop it up.
That is just crazy.
Hoxer comes up, buys him a little more time.
Holy.
Doesn't even get contact on the ball, but Daniel still was going in there, and it was just impossible to find an angle. Hoxer gets a great touch out to LJ, who had just picked up the canister, and he gets to beat LJ in a one-on-one. He'll win that bout a lot.
And LJ also masking his flip reset until the very last second. And even the way he got his first touch was so good. LJ is a beast. But Space Station find themselves trailing by 2 goals, despite LJ picking up a pair.
It does not look like they'll be able to break through in game 2, but you still like their form and structure near the end of this game. G2 raced out to a 3-goal lead at the start, and they put themselves firmly right back in the conversation. It's 1-1 apiece here, heading to game 3.
Very strong game from G2, firmly a top 3 team in NA, but they didn't really get a chance to prove it. Now that they've managed to avoid Gen G in that quarterfinal round, they have showed us what they're capable of. And even that last game, LJ on point, but it's going to take a full team effort. Hoxer and Chicago stepping up to help support it. We know they can do it. Game 1 was a great game from Space Station. They're just going to have to put everything together.
Oh jeez, that touch by Beast Mode. Oh my god.
You do get the first clear.
That's a bit of a scary look if he's doing something like that.
And a hard touch out to Beast Mode, going for the bump. Atomic swinging around. Fortunate demo there for Atomic. As it comes around and, oh, there's a Space Station car there. That's nice.
Sidewall double from Daniel just seeing what sticks. Double commit from G2. Atomic stays in the play, opts to keep the pressure up. Daniel waiting for his chance now. Nice demo, and that cut, that pass back was huge. Daniel had so much boost, and had he been able to pop that, that would have been a bad situation for SpaceStation.
Yeah, he had 100 and SpaceStation had 0. Meanwhile, Beast Mode diving back forces Hoxer back to the corner. LJ gets bumped by Daniel. Beast Mode with a full tank. Takes his leave off the side wall, gets the bump, and the pass, and the goal! Atomic stride!
That's the most meta play that you'll see. I mean, you see it all the time because it's so effective. Get that ball airborne, put it in a shooting position for a teammate.
Such a good shot.
Through the air, land it. Yeah, it's a defender. It's so difficult to deal with.
You have to recognize it right before he actually goes for it. And yet, that way you can actually jump and get the early height on top of him. Otherwise, if you see him pass the ball, usually it's too late, especially right underneath it like that.
If you're on the ground, it's going to be so difficult. If you're on the backboard and able to have a little bit of height, it's going to put you in a lot better position. But you can just see players like Beast Mode recognize those opportunities to make the play and pull it off. So great start here for G2. SpaceStation and try to dig themselves out of this.
Hoxer decides to play it tight to the chest.
The
reset doesn't net him much. LJ's got to force his way through defenders. Hoxer lets the ball get bounced back into him. LJ set up in the midfield as Daniel carries it back out. G2 holding on to the ball. Happy to watch LJ move that. Uses all the boost, but still dumps the pass out. G2 double commit. Get back into position quickly. Hoxer hoping for an LJ, and he gets nothing but a face full of G2.
Daniel jumping for it, scaring SpaceStation, really. But they survive now. Chicago will have full boost. LJ doesn't have any, so Chicago going to try to buy as much time as possible at the midfield. Plays it well, but LJ wasn't able to get the corner. It wasn't respawn when he was back there. Chicago doing well again to get this all the way back.
Beast Mode will steal the corner boost on the right side of the orange half. Daniel and Atomic, they pick up the midfield canister. LJ trying to commit, but you see Chicago, he's from a wide angle. He doesn't have a lot of boost. Only Hoxer has the boost. LJ picks up his corner, but Hoxer had to be the one to stop the attack. No credit on the save, and Atomic one lets it drop. Hoxer is there to cut off the follow-up. Not over yet. G2 keep the push alive. Atomic waits for Hoxer, and he'll keep it under pressure. Daniel steals the boost. Almost.
I'm sorry for being so quiet, but I'm just flat dead.
Over Beast Mode. SpaceStation needed that.
Very nice.
Now they need some offense.
Running on a few hours of really crappy sleep is not great. I've almost been up longer than I've slept in the past 24 hours.
Double that had he been perfect, but it just was so close.
Hoxer, he just couldn't go. Like the threat of the bump there from G2. Hoxer, he would have had the boost.
No way I'm going.
Free pass out, but instead, there's a
I can't make it any more time after this.
And so now you're just stuck. Now Hoxer has 8 boost, and all he can do is lose
That's the
50
problem with doing this where I live.
Chicago.
Getting up super early in the morning for it. I'm very good with, I'm asleep and whatever, but I just couldn't sleep last night.
They are having good pressure. Hoxer back down to Chicago.
Oh, that's such a good play.
2, 3, SpaceStation tie it up.
Chicago to Hoxer, Hoxer to Chicago, Chicago to LJ, LJ with a shot. That's so nice. The perfect way to confuse the entire defense.
Plays, and they are just so fun to watch develop. No one from G2 could figure out the timing as SpaceStation caught him out. What a play.
And that is what makes SpaceStation deadly. They can pull that out of their hat. Now, G2 going to be left reeling after that. Beast Mode watching this upfield. Atomic keeps it in at the half, but Chicago's right there. A huge 50 from Atomic. A lot of pressure on Hoxer here.
Oh, watch out for Atomic. Might have another semifinal performance. Mid part of the series. He's at the front of the rotation. He gets right by 2 SpaceStation defenders. Hoxer jumping and praying someone was there. Beast Mode happy to wait. Really just
very close though. It's a good look.
And now LJ takes the pass in strike.
Oh my god, see, this is why he's actually the best player in the world, I swear to god. LJ is so good. That is incredible.
Is a brain bender. LJ is a monster.
That is just a little rude, LJ. What a response here at the end of the game. You just gotta hold the lead now. It's a high pop in front of the box. Beast mode chasing it down quickly. He gets
that was close.
chipped as well. Chicago can't catch back up to it. Daniel. Whoa, it's coming
Oh my
back.
god.
Atomic.
Oh my god.
All of G2, but the fact that LJ is doing it against them, that speaks volumes.
They're definitely trading blows with G2. We talked about G2's issues against Cloud9 when we were casting them, James, and G2 probably left a lot of goals on the table, hitting wide of the net, off the crossbar. But SpaceStation are creating their own opportunity.
Oh, that's so smart from Hoxer.
But you can't complete the factor without.
That is such a smart play. Last second he changed his mind as to where he's shooting. And it worked perfectly.
Perfect angle on it, and Hoxer recognizes it, reads Atomic's play on the ball, just waits it out a slight bit and shoots it right behind him. So SpaceStation, an incredible surge there. They were struggling in the last game for most of it, but then that inspiration from LJ has really allowed SpaceStation to hit a different gear.
I had a blue trail on it. Now LJ, the ceiling into flip reset, but he ended up hitting it too far to the left. Atomic in the area trying for the bump. SpaceStation narrowly avoid him. Beast Mode also just chucking this away. Talking in the interview with Atomic, one thing they said that was a problem for them against Cloud9 was that they were trying to play too fast, trying to go for those boomer passes that they love from their own third when there was still a 50 available for Cloud9. G2's still looking for those options and testing SpaceStation's ability to catch those. They've done it. Daniel will control this time. Reset bump available, but Hoxer's there.
Good save from
That's
Hoxer.
what you need with those air dribble bumps as a player in the wings, ready to challenge from behind. Hoxer there to do that. G2 has been struggling for boost, and right after Atomic picks up the mid boost, gets demoed.
Big value for SpaceStation, but you got to get control of the ball, and Hoxer saw the pass coming. You can't just give it to Daniel. Well, maybe you can. At least you covered the angle. Next time, you maybe won't be able to do that, but you just kept them out.
Daniel, another one of those players that can hit those clips. SpaceStation, fortunately for them, Daniel not able to do so there. Now Daniel back to Atomic, who's in G2's back corner. Atomic up to Beast Mode. Beast Mode back to Atomic. Catches it on the wall, going for an air dribble play. Wasn't able to complete it.
Hoxer as the second layer again, covering just in case that extra touch beat LJ. Now a demo opens up a little space. LJ misses the mark. And his bomb downfield. Atomic racing for the catch. He misses. Did he need to touch it at all?
That was that was a pretty good shot.
Daniel unassisted.
0 boost as well.
Atomic fakes like he's gonna hit it, and you saw it. How it messed up Hoxer. Hoxer turns off the ball, gets caught
Smart.
a little bit out because he was expecting
smart by
Atomic
Atomic.
to do something, and then the bounce is perfect for Daniel to follow it up. So even though Atomic didn't get a piece of the ball, his positioning forced the defense to make a mistake.
LJ's hoping to get this back to Hoxer quickly. Chicago in the area. Can't go. Daniel holds him on the ground, and he scoops it right over top of Chicago. Catch. Not a lot of boost, but right under the wing. Atomic gets the ball, just bounce right over his car. And Beast Mode buys all the time for G2.
Good save from Hoxer. Hoxer is playing phenomenal this game.
These midfield battle touches, forcing a little bit more boost out of you. Makes your threat when you're in the blue half less threatening. Hoxer, another low touch that skips high to Atomic. Daniel right underneath, and G2 continue to press.
LJ up in the air. Will he hand it off to Chicago? He does. Chicago going to look for a double, but Daniel was waiting on the back wall. That wasn't going to work. Now Daniel back up in the air. Has Atomic in support. There's the bump play. The shot rebound out to Beast Mode, but a good hand up from SpaceStation will close out that opportunity.
A nice high save from LJ too. Hoxer just getting to it in time. No shot comes through for G2. Atomic demo Chicago. LJ has no boost. Oh wow, LJ using the wave dash to get his momentum so he can actually transfer some momentum to the ball and neutralize that 50 against Beast Mode. He timed it perfectly, but Beast Mode has the ball anyway.
It was a perfect.
Oh, that's a great touch. Oh my god, what a save from Chicago.
Able to catch it in a dribble, but couldn't close that play.
Another pass to Chicago. And he sees the back wall not available. LJ going for the bump. Daniel lets him fly right by. Chicago underneath the first read. Atomic. Again, trying to just look like he's going. Maybe pull Hoxer out of position again there. I was looking from Atomic's perspective, so hard to say. Meanwhile, lots of demos. Daniel
timing.
It's a heavy touch in Atomic. Has some time for beast mode to read the play, but it's a hard touch to read. And he will pop it up.
It's a nice clear upfield from Daniel. Just throwing things at the wall, seeing what sticks against SpaceStation. Pop up for Chicago. Chicago plays the 50 by 1. Atomic needs that boost, and he finds it.
Oh, Daniel got bumped. That forced Hoxer to come forward. Wasn't looking at beast mode. He was thinking how vulnerable Atomic looked.
This is another very close one.
Beast mode. He takes to the sky again. He gets bumped off en route. Here's the shot. Just wide. Daniel forces his way through.
Oh,
And this all starts with the beast mode pressure that
no
resulted
way.
in the demo
That's
as well.
that's
G2
crazy.
at the perfect time. Hoxer not able to win that 50, but the demos helping G2 out big time.
G2 keep breaking through. From Daniel catching the ball. Air dribbles, not just from Daniel, from beast mode as well. But they're still trying to move with pace. And that always makes life difficult. They've been successful in that respect. Daniel winning all those 50s. Beast
Air dribble bumps, which have been super effective for G2. So now we're going to be locking in, seeing who takes the lead once more. Game 5, and we are all even up at 2 games apiece.
For a little while, the question still remained about SpaceStations. If they had only played Gen G in the playoffs last split, okay, are they the third best team? It feels
Ooh,
like
that was a good shot.
They have definitely landed some good blows onto G2. Unfortunately for them, G2.
Yeah, that's a really nice shot.
Hits him with a great shot.
And look at that angle from beast mode. He's got Hoxer and LJ. Sure, they're low boost, but that's 2 defenders you have to shoot it by. You're up in front of net and to still be able to put that far post. That placement from beast mode is admirable.
Oh, I don't know why Chicago wanted to catch that. Maybe he thought Hoxer was coming up with him, but that was real risky to just drop on your undercarriage while you see Atomic the whole time. G2 keep the ball. Beast mode looking for a way out, or in.
Daniel had time. That was a very heavy first touch. Gonna land a bump. Beast mode dives in, but you can see wasn't able to make contact on ball or player.
They get the back
First
pass,
pop.
though.
And sometimes that's more than enough. You can get that possession with a lot of boost and also start getting that boost wasted by your opponents.
Daniel just has ball cam off this whole time. He was hoping to tackle all 3 players. He'll take 2, but Chicago will happily take the ball out. Flicking over beast mode, and he's got the read.
I like that fake challenge from beast mode as well. He goes up, pretends like he's going to dive in on Chicago, force the flick out, and then was able to get the touch off the backboard and a huge booming clear.
So effective because of how many times he has just dove in. Just makes that fake.
Why is LJ there?
LJ
Oh my god. If he was able to double that, that would have been nasty.
The thing that helps them score against G2, when they haven't caught him in stride, when it hasn't been a G2 whiff, SpaceStation's offense has struggled. LJ getting shut down right now. G2 owning Aquadome. It's LJ looking for a way back to Chicago. Daniel sits right underneath, and that's a perfect ball for Atomic.
1-goal game and LJ pop-off to tie things up. And we know Hoxer and Chicago have the teamwork as well, working together for a goal last game. Then also the 1-2-3 passing play we saw from
This is a
SpaceStation
must-win
earlier.
situation for either team.
This team play comes out again. Chicago
Whoever doesn't
looks to fling it in,
win
play the rebound,
has to burn their
so
timeout and has no
get
second
back to
chance.
it and pinches it by 1. Hoxer will get back in time to pass it off.
There's a little bit of risk turning off that ball when you're third man. Not on target. You get to catch up to it, no problem. LJ thinking about where to go. Sees Atomic deep, hoping he can catch Chicago in stride. She does, but then Daniel changes the momentum. Atomic harassing Hoxer. A little more difficult to say than you might think. Over the head, and LJ keeps control.
Another demo from Daniel. Daniel's been so physical. Daniel calling beast mode off. Atomic looking for a bump on the back line. Couldn't find one. So that seems like it was a good setup for G2 that they weren't really able to do much with.
Daniel's always beaten 2 attackers on his carry. It'll be difficult to find much success. Chicago tries to get aggressive here in the corner. Does force beast mode into
Oh, that demo's so good. That's such a good demo. Oh my lord.
And it was low boost situation. Daniel and Atomic both kind of turning the same way and having to adjust. Perhaps that gets the attention away from that oncoming demo attempt from Chicago. And that was a smart play. And SpaceStation now right back into it despite the strong start from G2.
And full team effort on the play. LJ has the reset to pop over Daniel.
Oh, that's unfortunate for Daniel.
A little bit of pinball. Beast mode takes the
The
aggressive.
pass to LJ. Ooh.
LJ takes the pass. Here we go.
And this is that team effort. Hoxer gets the 50. Chicago immediately goes for the pass.
Nice.
Has to be perfect because LJ had 0 boost to make any sort of adjustment. So that pass had
That was
to be
very
perfect,
good.
and it was.
Despite how G2, I felt like they've been able to just generate so much pressure. SpaceStation in the series find a way to create an opportunity, whether it is from a Herculean solo effort, but these physical plays for SpaceStation have really helped it on there. Can't keep Daniel out of the net. 2-2.
Atomic, low boost, threatens the flip reset, and sometimes the threat of it is more dangerous than anything else. You can see the defense so awkward. And it bounces
that's so
in favor of
unfortunate.
G2. Daniel just waiting, saw the opportunity, and gets one back.
SpaceStation got the kickoff, and LJ unable to hang on to the ball.
Okay, that's a good look from Hoxer to be in the way.
Challenge. Hoping to bump the cars out of the way. Hoxer back in his right corner as G2 look for a way towards the box. Daniel up high in stride. Still had his flip beast mode. A little too high. LJ not a ton of boost. Hoxer gets in the way.
Jesus.
They needed that. LJ breaks out. Chicago needs some boosts. He has to rotate back quickly though. SpaceStation aren't able to really possess just yet. Beast mode another touch. LJ's got a full tank, but they're still looking for a real clear. This one taken away. LJ keeping it close. Chicago, no boost, and it's dead.
Oh, what a pinch that was. Hoxer still getting a piece of it. Daniel was thinking that he might miss.
Holy.
But SpaceStation has been struggling to get boost. G2 was doing a great job locking them down. Looks like we're positioned for overtime unless we have more last-second fireworks.
Boomer downfield, Chicago. Oh, wow, Atomic somehow gets that out of the box. Still hanging
there we
on
go.
to it, and we do
Okay.
indeed go to overtime. Victor takes the other. So match point.
That was a little scary, I won't lie.
Really making you believe that they could do it. LJ just off the corner and beast mode stuffs the ball. That's the only way to respond.
The beast mode's like, yeah, look at my car control. I got it. And then LJ says, so, well, I'll just demo you then.
What car control? Or what car?
Yeah, what car?
Beast mode has full boosts. LJ waits in the midfield. Atomic gets slightly chipped. That means Daniel has to cover with no boost. Not an ideal situation for G2. Atomic is pulled back to the corner. Daniel helps get it to back to beast mode. And despite you see some maybe vulnerabilities, G2 find a way to make the rotation work. They get a nice blindside challenge back to a teammate with boost, and they break out again.
Awkward situation. Chicago lands 2 demos. LJ gonna try to push this forward, and you'll get those 2 demos. You want it on net as fast as possible. Still awkward pass over to LJ. A hat trick for LJ.
I saw him all the way over there and I immediately knew what was about to happen, and of course Hoxer to LJ.
Getting that pass. And while one player doesn't have 3 assists, they do have 3
Right.
as a mini timeout almost every time. We'll see what Sathu and the rest of the boys are saying, and we'll see how it translates on the field. But make no mistake about it, LJ Hoxer and Chicago in prime position to win this game, to win this tournament, and pretty much solidify a spot at the major. Don't think they clinch by winning, but I'm sure it's all but assured if they can get it done.
Hold up, LJ starting to cook, going for the backboard. Beast Mode had a red. The other thing, Jorby, is it must be nice for Chicago as well. Chicago, so much experience, especially so much time on G2, being one of the best in North America. Now Daniel says, hold on, don't get too far ahead of yourselves. We're still in this series.
Oh, LJ underneath it. He takes a bad launch on the
Oh, that's so close from Chicago.
Exactly what he was thinking, but either thinking Daniel
Very,
was
very
closer,
close.
and that ball was going to be hit down into him, trying to cover an angle, but because he was coming from a height and kind of away from him, I mean, LJ honestly took a bad launch at the ball, and I think that really ended up snowballing everything else. And it goes into the net again.
Oh my. Oh. All right, I have
Whoa.
to see this on the replay. There was a double commit by SpaceStation. They're out of position. LJ goes for it. Boxer and Chicago both expecting LJ to make contact on that ball.
Right.
You talk about Chicago. The last time he was even in a regional open grand final was in Winter 3 from last season. He didn't win that game. They lost to FaZe, as many teams did last season. And oh my God, G2, please. What is going on with SpaceStation?
What is happening? Hoxer tries to take it up. Beast Mode, no respect. No respect at all. Gets up and shoots it back on target.
1 minute and they're down by 3.
You know what, Hoxer? That was too predictable. Try again.
Chicago, all the respect. He's sitting there wondering, wait, why is Beast Mode getting a free touch in my third? Chicago's got his own corner boost. Beast Mode tried to set up Daniel. Great response.
Regardless what happens here, if G2 win without using their timeout, it doesn't matter because they can't use their timeout anyway.
G2's midfield hold. LJ, only 20 as he catches, but he still has the reset. Chicago underneath. Atomic has to stretch. Beast Mode also had to waste some boost and not exactly how you want to draw it up. Chicago giving it away.
Daniel was starting to rotate back, but had he stayed at the midfield, that could have been a G2 counterattack. LJ doesn't grab the mid, letting everyone from G2 get boosted up.
That's not a recipe for success. It's already hard enough to come down or come back from 0-3. Hey, SpaceStation.
It's not looking good for SpaceStation in this game. Looks like it's about to go the whole distance.
He's going up for that challenge, so he just decides, okay, I will leave it. G2 outminding the SpaceStation right now. The SpaceStation. Nice.
LJ trying to pass it in field, but that's shut down as
And
well.
it's not impossible, they can come back.
Hoxer looking for a pass over to Chicago. Chicago does win it upfield. Hoxer lands a demo. This is out to LJ. It's looking good for SpaceStation.
Okay.
The first goal of the game with plenty of time left to make the comeback happen.
A great first man value getting from Hoxer. He gets that first 50. You talked about the demo right afterwards, and there's just nobody around after that. And that's exactly when you want to start the clock. You've got lots of time. And what a way to start. Can you double up on the kickoff? No, Daniel beats you to the punch, but he's forced out wide, and Chicago will take the bounce off of Hoxer's call.
Lands another nice pass over to LJ, but a wonderful half-flip challenge from Atomic. Let him have an opportunity
Good
to
save,
push this
Hoxer.
forward. Beast Mode going for a double, now up off the ceiling. Back to the 50, rebound is right to LJ. So SpaceStation will relieve that pressure.
Chicago keeping it tight past one defender. Beast Mode ends up not sticking his landing. And this opens up Chicago, but it's saved for now by Atomic. LJ squeezes through Daniel and cannot read Beast Mode's touch. Hoxer scoops it out, pass to Chicago, fakes the shot, has control. Where's LJ?
Oh, I just couldn't. So awkward.
From Atomic there. G2 get the clear. But Daniel, he went way high. Hoxer didn't even have any.
Holy crap, Hoxer.
They're starting to get a little
That
sloppy.
flick.
Really good 50 though from Daniel to get that safely to the corner. It's going to be a challenging play for Beast Mode. All he can do is launch it down the middle of the field. Hoxer looking for a setup for Chicago. Chicago back to it past Daniel. Beast Mode out of boost. Chicago with the corner steal.
That's mid.
Also looking for the post, making things as awkward as possible for G2.
Hoxer doing everything he can to control the ball there. Kept breaking, shadowing Atomic. Just trying to keep that ball away from him, not trying to put too much power on it. Now Daniel's got control. Beast Mode in the corner. Hoxer's right on top of it. Everyone chases the same side for G2. Their rotations can look a little sus at times, but they're able to shake them out. and they can turn it into a quick counterattack. SpaceStation meet them again in the corner. Beast Mode wins the first grab. Hawkster narrowly avoids the dunk.
Daniel goes for a 50. Beast Mode picked up the mid. He's going to be able to get at least that contest on the ball. Atomic hitting it back down. Happy to LJ, a rare mistouch.
God.
Put him out of position, and now he's out of boost as well.
Hawkster trying to support. A little
I have no
messy.
boost.
Maybe it confused G2 a little bit. Beast Mode certainly had limited options with the amount of boost that he had. Hawkster's forced back to his own corner. Chicago tries to take point.
That was
G2
good by
beats
Chicago.
the ball. LJ downfield. Beast Mode cuts him off.
Beast Mode knew LJ was there. Well-timed cut to end that chance. Final 30 seconds. Still a 2-goal deficit for SpaceStation. It looks like we are
They
on
had their
track
chance and
for
blew it.
Champions Field.
It's alright.
Hawkster, all he can do is
Champions
keep the ball
Field.
tight.
We're going all the way.
Some time left on the clock. Maybe you can do something cheeky on the kickoff. Does look like G2 have this one locked down. Beast Mode too fast in the midfield. That's all LJ can do. Kill it to the corner. Well, James, one semifinal goes 7, and the grand final are headed to 7. G2 weren't going down in 6. No, sir. SpaceStation will not pick up one.
I couldn't even get one.
We head back to Champions Field.
G2 has been a different beast altogether, Jorby.
For G2, the run hasn't been as easy as you may have expected when you look at the matchups. Cloud9 forced 7 games, or G2 had to be the one to force 7 games. And here they are again, having to force their way on to Champions Field. Can SpaceStation get over the hump? Can they take down
Game
G2?
7.
Or are G2 just the better team? Are they just the best team in North America?
So much pressure on this early game, especially after the slow start from SpaceStation. This is a huge 50. Hawkster does well, but Chicago, there's a mid-boost spawns for Chicago, but Atomic there quickly to shut it down. Actually gets another touch, which throws Hawkster off.
You know, if Chicago knows that boost is gonna spawn in that moment, he probably jumps a little earlier too, so he got excited thinking, oh, I boosted. Just a little far off his line. Atomic gets back to his line and gets the follow-up 50. Actually, Hawkster. Good job staying low. He gets to keep control. Beast Mode slips through, but the demo earlier prevents any follow-up from G2.
Demo, the defensive half and a bump out of midfield. Chicago getting very physical very early. LJ shut down by Beast Mode. Hawkster goes for goal. Is that on target? It might have been, but Daniel is back in time. Chicago, the double tap.
Oh.
LJ couldn't get the double tap, and now Hawkster with a huge block. Atomic, no boost. Intense moment here. SpaceStation coming so close to scoring.
It was about 15 seconds that Atomic was stuck in the middle of his team's rotation with no boost. And here comes Beast Mode, flinging from the midfield.
What happened to the defense?
The demo last back. Beast Mode.
Oh, it's a demo.
Had no time to
Damn.
waste with Chicago streaking back. Surgical precision from Beast Mode. We saw it earlier today with a shot from the corner. Under pressure with a small window, Beast Mode will make it happen.
SpaceStation fought hard to put this game on match point on Neo Tokyo, but G2 since that point have just dominated, running riot all over SpaceStation.
Oh boy. Not again.
Beast Mode setting it up on a platter, and it's another slow start for SpaceStation. G2 off to the races, and you'll wonder if they've got too much distance now on SpaceStation.
Do they have the gas?
Oh, it's a good pass.
It's just gonna keep happening. Beast Mode finds the seam. Hawkster with no boost, hopes for a clear. Daniel pre-jumps him. LJ desperately diving, but he won't get his save. Atomic blows through.
When your opponent is down, you keep on kicking them. G2 recognize
This is painful. This is painful to see.
To finish the job. 3-0. We are not even 2.
It's not over. It really isn't.
Fought their way from the undercard
But
to
it's
the
still
title
painful.
card. Yet it seems that the championship
Oh,
belt
this is open too.
is tough to grab. I mean, Beast Mode almost tackles it.
Oh.
Wisely pulls on.
Okay.
Be ready to receive, but Chicago downfield.
Bump
Trying
him.
to pass Daniel.
Oh,
It's not
close.
enough. Daniel too far off his mark. And SpaceStation in the same exact position at this time that they were last game.
SpaceStation are still in it. They cannot give up yet. they've got more than half the game to go.
Jesus, that guy got sent.
This adversity, LG. The slow pass over to Chicago, but a big block, a double commit from G2. They send the house, but they save it.
Daniel recoveries. He felt that first shot coming, jumped, dashed right back down to the ground, took the save next time around, avoids the bump, and he doesn't even have to slow down. A hot hit from Hoxer. Daniel catches, got the 50 back to Atomic, and he will just keep the press, force it back to beast mode, running all around him, almost like a victory lap right now. Daniel to the left.
Oh, good save.
Hoxer desperately keeping SpaceStation alive in the series, but wow.
That looked like it was surely going to be another G2 goal. And if by some miracle SpaceStation worked their way back, that would have been a huge missed opportunity for G2.
LJ looking again, but Hoxer has no boost. Chicago still rotating back. The touch quality.
Today I see LJ in a Fennec, I'm gonna actually vomit.
Ready for those hard clears. G2 keep
Don't know why that thought just came to my head, but probably true.
To do anything about it. Atomic gets pushed off the rock. Back towards Daniel. No contact. Leaves a perfect ball for beast mode. He won't catch Chicago out. Now is the time for SpaceStation. You only got a minute 26 left on the clock, and you're getting deleted. At this point, Rocket League might auto uninstall if G2 keep hammering them like this.
Jesus.
And if it's not an auto uninstall, they might uninstall themselves afterwards. And this is going to be another precarious spot, but SpaceStation survived for now. G2 are swarming.
Oh, it's such a problem. They just
Sense the blood in the water, Jorby.
Insane how they just take over the lobby, James.
It's just so unfortunate.
For most of the series, it looked like, you know what? They could probably beat them right now. SpaceStation, midway through this series, you know what? They look like they could beat them right now. But without LJ getting the clean opportunities, without any real opportunities for SpaceStation that don't just lead directly into a G250, they're just not winning those 50s. They can't get the free touches. LJ, all he can do is boom the ball downfield and pray.
Final 30 seconds, Jorby. G2. Oh, they've slowed down at times today, but Atomic helped pick them back up, and now in the grand finals, a team effort. And even again, oh, hold on.
Well, that's something. Oh, don't say hold on. It's game over, but it's at least something.
We've seen some crazy things this weekend with some 3-goal deficits.
With 17 seconds left.
Like 13 seconds happened in another region yesterday. Maybe it could happen here, but they
It's not happening.
I'm just gonna cheat up. No, they're gonna.
It's a good kickoff.
It's not good to be this, you know, I'm not being optimistic, you know, you never know, but yeah, obviously it's not gonna be it.
And that just may do it. Daniel saving the game. G2 winning the day.
G2 taking down SpaceStation.
Another disappointing tournament.
Coming back from behind. G2
Jesus
showing you
Christ.
why they are champions.
No, that's not showing why the champions are showing why this region's so shit. Because there's only 2 teams who can physically win.
That is what G2 does. They just find the way to win, Jorby.
They dominated those last 2 games, James. It wasn't close.
Yeah.
had no.
That's so painful.
On the G2 half, beast mode's feeling. Sath you, wide open smile.